friends, welcome to Wise and Baker Homestead. Christina here. So today we're going to be starting some seeds. These ones that I'm going to start today should have probably been started about a week ago, but I'm getting a late start, but that's okay. So what we're going to be planting today, or starting today, we're going to start some broccoli, some romaine lettuce. I'll get these out for you guys. Some of these are heirloom, some of them aren't. We're going to be starting some sugar snap peas, some kale, some cabbage, arugula, which I've never planted or tasted before, so we'll see how that is. Some collards, and then we've got some iceberg lettuce. The other lettuce was romaine, and some more collards, spinach, and endive. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It came in a variety pack of seeds that I bought, so I've never heard of it, let alone tasted it or planted it. So that'll be a new experience altogether. So we're going to get those started today. So what we're going to be using as our seed starting mix is the good old store-bought stuff. I bought a bag last year, only used about half of it, and so I have to use the rest of this up, and then we'll transition to the seed starting mix that you guys might have seen in one of our other videos. So if you haven't seen that, check it out. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to take those I'm going to take those trays that we just put the seed starter mix in, and I am going to water it down real good. So for those of you interested in extra frugal waterers, I guess it would be, Kellen made this cool little waterer for me for the seed start trays. It's just like a salsa thing, and he cut little holes there in it and then air holes in the back, so it works really well. Now we're just going to give it a minute and let that water soak into that dry soil before we put our seeds in it. So I'm starting right now the cool weather crops, and then in about 6 weeks or so I'm going to be transplanting them outside into the garden. Right now it's still way too cold and the ground isn't workable enough, and the garden is kind of a mess right now because we had the chickens on it. But so we're going to get these started, get them transplanted in about 6 weeks, and about that time we're going to start the warm weather crops inside. So we're going to try to stay ahead of everything this year, and some of these plants, it's better to sow directly into the ground, so you guys might kind of catch on to that, but I struggle with some health issues, and so my goal is, if I can start these seeds and get them growing before I transplant them, I can stay ahead of the weeds, because I'm gonna have a hard time this year gardening and keeping up with the weeds. Last year's garden was a bust because I came down with all of these health issues right before the season to garden. And so I over-planned everything, and it was a huge bust. Although we did get some good stuff. You guys can go back and look at those videos too, or that video. I made one whole video out of it. And I'll link that down in the description below too. So we'll see how this year goes. I'm hoping for the best. I'm gonna try to just do what I can. And I'm really excited because the goal is to grow enough for Kellen and I to eat, obviously, but also to help supplement on the feed for the chickens and for the rabbits. So we're going to be growing very specific things, not only that we eat, but hopefully that we can add to their feed and cut down on the feed bill. Okay, so it looks like these have soaked up that water. So I'm going to go through and just kind of compact the little compartments here. Okay, and you see how it's depressed in there, because that's what we just went through and did. So I'm going to sprinkle about 2 seeds in each little cavity there, and then we're going to come back over and fill that, cover it with more soil. And another little frugal tip for you. My little name tag here is a piece off of a cardboard box with the date on it that we started. That way I'll know when to transplant it into the garden. Actually, I'm gonna recant what I said about using the cardboard as labels for your seed starts. Terrible idea. Terrible. So what I did instead, I replaced all of those. I cut up a milk jug and used some of the straight pieces, I guess less curved pieces, and labeled those. So I'll show you guys what those look like now. Sorry about that, trying to be frugal. I guess it's you win some, you lose some. Okay, got that done. Now I am going to go over and put another layer of the seed starting soil on top of the seeds that we just put in there. The way that I'm doing this, I learned from another homestead. You guys can look up their channel. They are Hollis and Nancy's Homestead. They are amazing. I don't have much of a gardening background, and so I just kind of learn as I go. So their channel has been really helpful for me. I know there's a lot of different ways that this can be done. So if you guys have some cool tips and tricks, leave them down in the comments below. Because I can probably benefit from that. But thanks for watching. If you enjoyed watching today and you learned something, give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. We'd love to have you guys in our homestead family.